retirees dating. God, what was the name of that show? I told you about last time, Chad, too. It's a TV series, and it's about these hot, no, not Golden Bachelor, but it's another story. Anyway, about these people who were like over 60 and they were dating like for the first time in 100 years. Anyway, they go into this restaurant and I'll be darned, they had Bell+Howell lights in the scene in the restaurant, right? And it was a real restaurant. And I looked at him, I said, that's our Bell+Howell, I know this. Well, I went to Chad, who's my guest, and I said, Chad, I saw Bell+Howell in this TV show, in this restaurant. He goes, oh, of course. He goes, God, they're everywhere in television. They're everywhere in the movie business. And they have been for decades and decades and decades. And we have this great relationship, and they make really cool stuff for us as well. And this is the latest example. All right, it has not been on in over a year.
That's true.
So it's been forever. You get 6 of these. You have 3 choices. We've got the golden, we've got the silver tone, and we have the really cool black. And they are faceted, and they're wall lighting, right?
They're beautiful.
Really pretty.
Elegant. We've won Academy Awards for our lighting. That's why we're in the movies and TV series and stuff. We're not shy about it. We're very proud of it. And so when we're able to bring direct to consumer, we're really proud of that. And we started here at HSN 15 years ago, maybe 16 now, and then we're now in every TV shopping channel around the world. I'm gonna turn this one off, so I want you to see, this has a great diamond sort of facet to that light. Do you see that? How it just catches, not even on, how it just catches the light. Yes, you get the remote control included, or you can tap the top right here and turn it to 3 different modes, a cool, a warm, and a neutral. Yes, you can dim it down, and it takes 3 AAA batteries. That up arrow right there is where you mount the actual bracket. Mount that bracket up. You're gonna pull the light the opposite way. 3 AAA batteries go in the bottom. That's it, and then you mount it. These little stickers already on there. Right. You don't even have to put them there. You just peel the back away, and you stick them where you want them, and then they're good to go. Remote control is included, which I'm gonna show you in 1 second.
And you get 2 remote controls.
And you get 2 because you're getting 2 3-packs. And I'm gonna show you how 3 is enough. So let's take a little tour if we can. This is the silver I'm holding. This is just 1 of the 6, and you can see how bright it is. But of course, I can go ahead and dim it all the way down if I like that as well, to just basically a kiss of light, like that would be for the bathroom at night, things like that. But look how bright. This is the warm light. This is what 6 could look like. Yes, you can decorate in a design. You can make a pattern on your wall if you want, but let's go for a little walk.
Sure.
If you don't mind, the kitchen is the #1 place that everyone says they use these. Kitchen, bathroom, and closet. Those are the 3.
That makes sense.
And so this is not 6. I'm gonna be very clear. If I put 6 in the same area, it's almost too much, okay? And so think about your home, take that inventory. I'm not even gonna ask you to pick up 2 or 3 packs. And so there's just 3 on the backsplash, and there's 1 under the kitchen sink.
Oh, that's clever.
And so that's just 4 out of the 6. And quite frankly, at home, I probably wouldn't put all 3 right there next to the faucet, but it looks gorgeous, and that was the point, right? And if I wanted to put on a warm white, I can absolutely do that as well. And I know there's overhead lighting because this is a TV studio, but if I want to dim it down, like maybe I'm having that romantic evening, right? I'm just trying to get it on the lowest low. You see how it's just a kiss of light?
That's nice.
It's almost like, ooh, turn all the big lights off and let's just, have the night lights on, and then I can go to the cool white and make it bright again. It always remembers the mode you had it in. So you see how the warm is dimmed down. I can dim it all the way back up. Same thing under the kitchen sink. You can use the remote or just come over here and you can just tap, tap, tap to turn it on. You don't ever have to find the remote if you don't want to, but it doesn't matter because you don't need an outlet. You don't need to call anybody.
True, no wiring.
You don't have to drill into your cabinetry, nothing like that. Okay, let's keep going. Taking Suzanne around her own house because this is, the Monday night show still? What is this? Where's Adam Freeman?
It's sort of, I mean, who knows where Adam is? We're not sure, but we're here.
Helen Keeney was making fun of him earlier. This is the mantle. Again, this normally would be stone in like a fireplace kind of setting, so you don't want to drill into that. You don't want to hammer into that. This is the easiest, quickest solution to find lighting in the darkest areas. It didn't cost a fortune. By the way, guys, this is 2. I still have 4 more to play with.
Yeah.
And the 1 pack I pick up, and then the last place is behind you.
I thought this was great in the closet.
Wardrobe.
Yeah, that's
Now,
great.
the wardrobe is great because this is the portable wardrobe. I imagine you probably have a real closet at home, but you're not gonna drill into something like this. You're definitely not gonna nail into it because you'll crack the wood for sure. And if I wanna put it on like a warmer tone, make it more welcoming, I can do that. A cool tone, I can dim it up, I can dim it down. I can set the 30-minute timer, which is on the remote control. And
oh, that's nice, so it'll automatically go off. So you don't have to
shut
worry
off.
about draining the battery.
Right, so if you have kids and you're like, hey, I'm gonna turn that light on for you, it's on, and when that light goes off, you go to bed. It's 30 minutes timer, or you know you're gonna be out of that room in 30 minutes. Just hit the 30-minute timer, don't even think about it again. Go to bed, it goes off by itself, okay? It is the easiest portable lighting I think I've ever sold.
Yep.
It's definitely the most decorative.
And like to your point, I love the design itself.
Oh yeah.
It's really high end. Now correct me if I'm incorrect, but I think you can use these outside. In my notes it said you could.
Well, you got to put them somewhere, right? So you're not going to put it on a tree, but your covered porches, things like that.
Right.
I only say that because you do have to mount it.
Right.
And
true.
So
That's true.
You'd have it on a wall or something. You're not,
Right.
you know.
But if let's say you had a balcony or a patio or your front porch,
yes.
and you want more lighting, and again you're not going to wire it, you don't want to call somebody in, you don't want to spend all that money. It really gives you gorgeous light. I think down a hallway along the floor would look amazing like this. I love it over the artwork.
Yep.
Oh, there it is. They're going up steps.
Perfect.
It really looks super designer. And here's a little tip, because I've been, I guess, lucky enough to redecorate a bunch of different places, and I usually buy really small places. I don't know why, I'm just weird. But I have to make them really efficient. And the one thing I've really learned is, and this is in big mansions or little teeny places, is custom made lighting is what makes the difference of an okay looking room to a gorgeous looking home. That it really is. It's custom lighting, but custom lighting costs a fortune. Bell+Howell realizes that, so I love that. So they give you this designer look at a fraction of what you'd have to pay for if it was going to be custom built, i.e. in your kitchen. How many times do you get to your cabinet and you're on your counter and it's a dark little space and you don't have all the fancy lighting underneath the cabinet lighting down? You've got just a couple of little lame lights on the ceiling. Even if you mounted these, all of a sudden now your workspace brighter. You can see what you're doing. And you're going to do it very inexpensively. And even when they're off, they look really good.
They look fantastic.
Yeah.
And because they're thin, it doesn't matter how you mount them, like which direction you put them, they all work exactly the same. Cool. You could put it inside of a drawer, and because they're touch on the top with the power button, you can just quickly touch it inside of a drawer. You want to throw it inside of...
Oh, that's a great idea.
You just want to keep this in your purse? Go right ahead. It's 3 AAA batteries in the back. That's it.
Good point.
And then all you do when you want to find yourself around your purse, you could just hit the button. Same thing with the drawer. You could mount it like this, and then when you reach into the drawer, hit the button. Yeah, it's the smallest little portable lighting. It's smaller than my hand. I mean, but it throws off so much light. And if I don't have the remote and I want to dim it, I would just hold that button down for a second, and then it just goes to a kiss of light, and then I want to turn it off. Look at the way it's faceted. But can I show you this right here, this little display? Because there's one thing I want to point out so nobody's confused when they get it home. There is an arrow on the back. It says up, okay? That's because that's how I want you to mount it. I want you to mount it with it facing up, the arrow, because when you go to ever change your batteries, you're going to want to pull your light up. You're going to want to pull up on it, and then you have access to your batteries. That always stays mounted in the up. It's not that you need to pull it up, it's that it gets mounted up, and then when I just click it right back on, and that's it. You never have to restick it, you never have to fuss with it. It doesn't need to be recharged. I love a battery item these days. Why? Because I'm out of USB ports, and I'm the guy who sells extra USB port extenders, because everything recharges.
That's true.
This is what comes in handy during a power outage. This is what comes in handy when there is no electricity. And you're like, I got AAA batteries.
That's a great point.
And this works for you.
Yeah, it's a really good point. And a lot of people, I don't know if y'all went through, did you see that hailstorm that came through?
Yes.
And the tornadoes came through recently?
Crazy.
So again, you might have it on the wall and you're enjoying it that way, and then, you're gonna pop it off or have one handy in a drawer, and a great idea for emergency lighting.
Yep.
Do you have that dark closet that makes you crazy though? You end up going to work with a blue tenny and a white or a black tenny on either foot because you couldn't tell the difference because your closet's so dark. So if you have that deep tunnel where it's a nightmare inside there, how awesome just to have this. And it really does generate a lot of light. It's very surprising how bright these are for their compact size. It's about the size of a deck of cards when you think about it.
Yeah.
And yet it has a nice bright light to it. So if you do need it and use it in the closet, how about going down the steps to the basement?
Oh, yes.
Or going up to the attic. Attics, old ones, traditionally have that one light bulb, that scary bulb right in the middle of the attic. How about putting these on the steps heading up to the attic?
Because you could just put the remote by the door.
And just
then you hit the button.
Yeah.
I don't know, can we shoot the kitchen while I'm standing here? I'm not gonna move because the remote works that far away.
Oh my gosh.
And so you can see, I have the one on a manual mode, but you can see the one turning off and on or by my remote. I'm standing a good 20, 30 feet away. This remote, just ignore the one that I have on manual, okay? Now what does this mean for you? This means through walls, 30 feet away, you're like, oh, mom's going down to the basement, let me just turn those on real quick. It is the most high quality, portable, battery operated lights I've ever sold in 14 years here at HSN.
Okay, you guys are loving the chrome and you're loving the gold, and those are two perfect, like the chrome in a kitchen who has a lot of stainless steel appliances would look great.
Oh, beautiful.
I personally love gold because, well, gold's rich, so why not? And then the black is just really chic, or if you want it very generic, very modern, I'd go for the black. All right, thank you for hanging out, Ted.
And then I think we're gonna do like.
And I do want to mention really quick before we go, we've got a set of